Hello YouTube, welcome back to Assetto Corsa, and today I am going to be taking a look at the Porsche 919 Hybrid. Now, there are two versions of this car available in Assetto Corsa as I speak. One in Porsche Pack 2, which is the one I'm looking at right now. This is the 2015 car. And one in Porsche Pack 3, which is a 2016 car. So both of them are available in Assetto Corsa, and I'm just looking at this one just for a reason, because I recorded the footage just before Porsche Pack 3 came out, so I didn't have access to the 2016 car. And in any case, this is the first one that I saw racing. Actually, this is not the first one I saw racing. This is the first one I saw racing and remember winning, because it was the one that won. And came 1-2 actually. 1-2-5 I think was where they came, if I remember that correctly. Whilst the 2016 one was 1st and 5th. And then I don't know what happened to the other car actually. That one might have broken down. Don't know. Anyway, the Porsche 919 Hybrid, it's an LMP car. Obviously you can see by the design immediately that it's an LMP car. You wouldn't be able to judge that in any other way. Anyway, remember what I said about LMP cars in the last episode about how they came about. This is the first race car or LMP car that Porsche have developed since, I was going to say since the last episode, but what I mean is since that Porsche 911 GT1 from 1998, which is the last race car they built. Now, I do have an apology. I did say 2015. It was 2014 when they developed the 919 Hybrid. Not 2015, Deep Fried Egg, thank you very much for correcting me on that. 2015 is when obviously they won, but it was between 1998 and 2014 was the gap that they had. So, this car is, it was a car designed just to, get Porsche back into racing. It was designed for Le Mans, but also for the FIA World Endurance Championship, for the hybrid cars. It's not, to be honest, I don't know too much about the World Endurance Championship for the hybrid cars. I prefer watching the GT3 cars and things like that when I'm watching endurance racing, not hybrid. It's Le Mans where I really see the hybrid cars, but I do know that this is, this is quite an important car to Porsche, and obviously to sports car racing or Le Mans racing as it is. The car weighs 875 kilograms. That's before you put the driver in or the fuel, and it produces 900 bhp. So that is just, that is an incredible amount of power, especially considering this. It's a 2-litre turbocharged V4 engine. V4. I have never come across a V4 engine before. And on top of that, obviously it has all this electric recovery systems, batteries and all this stuff, and it's all mid-engine, so just behind the drivers where you're going to get that stuff. Still, V4 is just odd, but 900 bhp out of a V4, that's got to be a pretty effective engine. I'd like to see the thermal efficiency and everything of that engine. That sounds pretty incredible. Paired to that was a Porsche 7-speed gearbox, paddle shifter with a rear lock differential. So you did get plenty of gears. The thing is, I found with this car, I'm going to say it straight away, is that I just felt like, I don't know, it just felt like I was shifting through the gears just way too quickly for the early gears. But I suppose that's how it's designed, it's what it's supposed to do. Like I said, this is a 2015 version. Have I missed anything on the specs? I can't give you torque figures because I don't know what they are. I can give you 0 to 60 time, 2.2 seconds, 0 to 62 miles an hour. So yeah, that's pretty fast. And I can tell you some of their notable drivers actually. You had Earl Bamber, you had Timo Bernhard, you've got Brendan Hartley, Nico Hülkenberg, who's a Formula 1 driver, Mark Webber, who's a former Formula 1 driver. In fact, he's retired full stop now, I think. He doesn't even do sports car racing. And Nick Tandy. Actually, Mark Webber has been in all three of these, the 2014, 2015 and 2016 version of this car. The car has so far taken part in 21 races, won 11 of them with 24 podiums, 11 pole positions and 4 fastest laps. It's won Porsche 2 Constructors Championships, and it's won 2 Drivers Championships for Porsche as well. So whatever I think of the car, obviously the car is absolutely incredible. It did win the Le Mans, like I said. It won the Le Mans 24 Hours in 2015 and 2016, actually. In 2015, the winning drivers, or the winning, was it 2015? Yes, the winning drivers were Earl Bamber, Nico Hülkenberg, and Nick Tandy in the number 19 car. And that car actually only took part in 2 races, Spa and Le Mans. So, you know, it looked like that car was just designed to win that. The second place was Timo Bernhard, Brendan Hartley, and Mark Webber in the number 17 car. That was quite nice. And then, like I said, the other one that came 5th was Romain Dumas, Neil Jenny, and Mark Leib. And then similarly, that last team won Le Mans this year in the 2016 version of the car, which is not what I'm driving. Again, there are some differences between the 2014, 15, and 16 car. There are some differences, even though a lot of the designs were carried over. There are differences. Even though the layouts were very similar as well, there still are differences. For example, new chassis for 2015 from 2014. To make it lighter, there was a better hybrid system. As you get, there's some lightness. They're trying to make things lighter. There was some different bodywork. Some of the. Now the thing is about these cars is that they're very. I mean, you can probably see from the outside shot, they're very, very complicated in terms of the aerodynamics, particularly on the side and the back of the car. So those things changed over and over and over again as I come to the end of the first lap. Now, one thing I want to watch this. I'm going to get caught out by the extra speed. How I got caught out by this, I'm not too sure. Bop. That's the only time I crashed in this, by the way. I got caught out by the extra speed, I think from the battery pack or something, and suddenly I felt like I had about 100 or 120 more bhp, and it was just, I was just all over the place just for that first corner. And then I realized I had to ease off. I think over the course of that lap, obviously when I ran out of battery power, wasn't using it, I got used to the slower car. Anyway, like I said, car's been winning a lot, lots of great stuff. Porsche's returned to Le Mans racing. They've done a great job. They're winning. It's a nice car. Now, Assetto Corsa. Modeling, texturing, once again, it's absolutely, simple, perfect, as you'd get. I love the inside of this car, especially when you turn on the lights. The actual buttons on the steering wheel also light up, and I quite like that. And I like lights. The more lights, the better for me. Of these, these like LED lights, I love them. I think they're so cool. So, more the better, and I quite like that. Sound-wise, to be honest, it sounded pretty accurate. It did sound pretty accurate. The thing is, I hate the V6s in Formula 1, and I really don't like the V4s in this. It's just, when you compare these cars to the old cars, they sound really, really dull and boring and lifeless. I mean, listen to this. I'm in second gear, wait for it. Here we go. It's just dull and lifeless. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Leave a comment if you guys think that these cars sound good, because I really, really don't think these cars sound good. Nevertheless, Kunas have done a really good job getting it sounding accurate. That much I've got to give them. Just doesn't sound good because obviously the real car doesn't sound so good. Physics is obviously the one that everyone always wants and everyone wants to talk about. This car is so agile. I did not realize how agile this car is. Literally, when you're turning in this car, when you're turning it into any corner, just the slightest turn on the steering wheel, and the car's popping off in a new direction. I mean, just you'll see me driving. You'll see how tentative and cautious I'm actually being on the steering wheel. I'm not turning it, and you can see me making corrections as well. I'm not turning it so much. It's just so agile, the car, and for that I've really got to give it props. It felt, I don't know, it didn't feel on edge, I won't say it felt on edge, probably because I really wasn't on edge. It just felt precise. It felt precise, you know. The car handles really, really well. I think they've done a fantastic job with the chassis. I think they've done a fantastic job with the aerodynamics. It's got great amounts of downforce. Going around corners, you can probably go around corners 20, 30, 40 miles an hour faster than I am, especially a corner like this. Well, I went around that at 130 miles an hour. I think I could have done that at 140, 150. It would have been fine. Actually, one bug, now that I mentioned the speedo. Have a look at the display. It says kilometers an hour next to the speedometer. It's not. It's miles an hour. I've got that in miles an hour, and I know that's reading miles per hour, not kilometers an hour. Yes, it says kilometers an hour, so there's a bug. Everything else is absolutely fine. And like I said, the physics of this car, it's very agile, it's very, very quick, especially around corners. The downforce levels are incredible. The mechanical grip, the grip that you get that you feel from the aerodynamics, it's really, really strong. It takes a while to get used to the actual speed you can go on this with this car. I can go a lot faster. I know I could go a lot faster than I did in this video, simply because there's just so much that this car offers in terms of grip. It's just like more and more and more and more grip, and for that I think it's an absolutely excellent car. Now the problem is, I don't think there are any cars that can compete against this in Assetto Corsa at all. So it needs competition. Come on, Assetto Corsa, get the Audis on. I know Audi have retired from Le Mans racing and sports car racing, but you know what? Get the Audis on here. Get the e-tron, the R18s. Get them in here, because I think we need them. Get some of the other cars. Get the Toyotas in. What was it? The TS2 2040 or whatever it is. I can't remember the Toyotas. Toyotas constantly break down. That was a heartbreaking 2016, wasn't it, for them? Where they broke down on the start of the last lap. Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible. That's what gave Porsche the victory, by the way, on that one. Porsche would have come second, I believe. But there we go. Anything else to really mention about this car? I don't think so. I mean, like I said, I think it's just a matter of taste. You need to try out the car. Sounds is what lets it down for me in terms of what it is compared to real life. Looks wise, it's crazy. It's a Le Mans car. It looks a bit weird, but that's normal. In Assetto Corsa though, I think this is I've got to give it a 9.5 out of 10, just because I don't know. I think maybe I would have liked a bit more control of the electric system, which, by the way, actually, that's something to mention. You can actually change the electric mode, but maybe if we had a bit more control over that, I think maybe it would have been nice. As you can see, I'm running out of fuel, so this is where I'm going to end, and I'm knocking it down because it's got that texture wrong and it reads kilometers an hour instead of miles per hour. So, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. That's very important now, thanks to YouTube. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Assetto Corsa, and remember to hit that little alarm bell thing on the side of the subscribe button. That's also important. Leave a comment in the comments box below. Let me know what you think of this car. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode, where I don't know what car I'll be looking at. I'll see you guys then.